Okay guys, this is Anthony here, Subaru Service. I'm going to do Gary's truck here. We got 113, 452. This is, I know it's really hard to see anything because it's dark in here. But this is Gary's truck, extended cab. I do have the dome lights on, but it's just this phone isn't picking it up. His battery volts are pretty much shot. We need to put a set of batteries in it. We got it hooked up right now. We're charging it. So I'm going to get ready to fire up. We're going to do check these injectors. FICM looks okay. I haven't even tried to start it. I mean, it's showing 12.5, but the batteries, you know, I don't think we don't have the amps behind the battery yet. But we just about do. It's about up to 13. So we're going to go ahead and fire it here in a second. But just kind of giving it one last look before we break it down. Before we take this thing down. We're going to go ahead and run a power balance on it. I'm going to shut the key off and back on one more time. I'm going to go back here and make sure that we're connected. Yep. Alright, here we go. There we go, truck's fired. Shut off the compensation real quick. Look how 2 and 6 are actually high. Okay, there we go. Shut off the compensation. We got cylinder number 2 right here, and we got cylinder number 6 right here. 2 is obviously way worse than 6. That's even side. So, you know, we definitely lost number 2. 2 and 6, you know, looking like it might be it. It's kind of shaking pretty bad. You know, let us know. I mean, if you want to do that side, then we could do the whole side. But, you know, I mean, the only other ones are 4 and 8. I mean, 4 is extremely overfueling, you know. But when I kick that off and let it idle a little bit, kick off the compensation, see how 2 overcompensating a little bit for it being so weak. So definitely 2, 6, you know, and we'll just leave that up to you. I mean, I don't know that I would necessarily take out good injectors to put good injectors in, but it all depends. I mean, if we're going to be in that side, I'll leave that completely up to you. If you do want to go ahead and spend the extra $500 on the other 2 injectors, you know, so if that is the case, then we'll go that route. We can do all 4, or what I would say, you know, 2 and 6 are the bad ones. But it really is not cold starting that bad right now. It's just when we kick it off. See, like, let's give it a second. There's number 6. I just kicked the compensation off again. You see number 6 right here? It's really dropping. Yeah. Now I'm not even seeing number 2. I'm just seeing number 6. So, yeah, thought we would show that. Look at number 1 dropping. Now I'm seeing 6 and 1. Look how bad 1's dropping down. Let me focus. I'm just showing you all of it here. This is exactly what I'm seeing here. There's 3. That's cylinder 5. We got 6 and 5. Look at number 1. Ideally, we want a smooth line going. There's a green line. Let me pull in a little bit. You see that green line right there? Ideally, we want a smooth line. Now, this is just a cold start, so, I mean, we kick this back off and it'll run stock fuel. It'll compensate for any weak injectors. We got number 8. Let me get to focus so you can read the numbers. Kind of read the numbers. I mean, that looks pretty good right there, but when I hit this button and shut off the compensation, yeah, we just got, I mean, look at that. I mean, I'm seeing number 1, 3. I mean, well, you know, we'll just leave that up to you. I mean, you know, it's not really rocket science just reading this thing here. You know, you can kind of, I mean, look at this. Now we got the odd side dropping. We got 1, 3, and 5 now dropping when it's got a little temperature to it. Holy crap. This truck only has 113,000 miles on it. This is ridiculous that it needs that. I'm sitting here seeing this is what I would call injector hell. You know, which ones are good, which ones are bad. I mean, they're all dropping off a little bit here and there. A lot of times a fickum will cause that. We want to see 48. If I can get it to focus. Right there. And it's right where it needs to be. Let me slow this down back a little bit. What a freaking drag. Just how this looks. Let me shut it off again. Okay, there's number 6. Number 6. See, 2 was showing really bad from a cold start. That's just diction. Look at 6 dropping. Holy crap, look at it. It's going. We got number 6 is... There's number... We got 3. I mean, it's... What a freaking bummer. I mean, yeah, we don't need to go all the way in. I mean, there's still some life left on these injectors. It's just a bummer, you know. I mean, what might be a good call would be, I mean, 2 and 6 are definitely showing their butt. When it warmed up a little bit there, I had 1, 3, and I think it was 1, 3, and 5 were showing their butts. There's 2 dropping a little bit there. I mean, maybe we ought to just piece this out, you know, get 4 of them on the odd side, or I mean on the even side. 2 and 6, get those done. I don't know. I mean, we can do whichever ones you want. I mean, looks like number 6 and number 2. See, there's 2 again. They're just all over the place. I already ran a fuel pressure test on this. Fuel pressure is good. I mean, we could just do 2 and 6, you know. It's definitely going to change the way it runs, that's for sure. Just hopefully we don't wind up with other ones in the future going out, you know, and then we have to go back into it again. That's a freaking tragedy. That's a freaking drag. But I thought I would just show this. I mean, look how bad number 2's dropping now. They're just all over the board. I mean, 2 will drop, then 6 will drop, and then 1, 3, and 5 will drop. The odds are all on one side and the evens are on another side. So I don't like how that bad that's running. I'm going to even that back out. What I'm doing right here with this button, I'm shutting off the computer. The computer will compensate for a weak injector. It's compensating for a weak injector right now. It's going to compensate. So I can shut that strategy off and just throw the stock amount of fuel to it by hitting this button. Hitting that button just throws the stock amount of fuel. There's no compensation at all for a weak injector. So by shutting that compensation off, it really shows survival of the fittest. 2 and 6. So I'll leave that up to you which ones. This video is getting pretty long now, I guess, isn't it? We're going to go ahead and download this and get it to you. I mean, 2 and 6 definitely. I mean, you know, it just depends on, I mean, how far do you want to go with it, you know. But we'll go ahead and send you this video, and then we'll have a talk. I'm going to go ahead and start the coolant flushes because this delta's right at 15 degrees. So with it in here, we got all kinds of EGR codes. Yeah, we're going to wind up VC9 flushing. Flush this thing, get it clean, get back with extended life coolant, get the oil cooler done, EGR done, everything done. So, yep. Alright, long video. Look at that. Oh, I just saw that. We got no fan speed sensor. I think I already said that in another video. I had a couple of trucks in here. Now I can get on Gary's and focus on it. But that right there is a fan clutch. if it's plugged in. I got to go down there and make sure it's plugged in, make sure we're getting signal from, you know, make sure the wires aren't chewed up or anything. But that 0 RPM right there on fan speed sensor, that says it is. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and command it up, and let's see if I can physically hear the fan. But either way, it's not reading an RPM from the. It's not reading any kind of RPM. So, oh, what a freaking drag! That's a freaking expensive part. Fan clutch. What a freaking bummer. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I'm going to pull it in, get some more, get some coolant flushes, get the VC9 done. And if I see anything else, I'll grab a phone and take another video. Have a good night, guys.